Hello everybody. I'm going to complete our meal. I just uploaded the meatballs, the sweet and savory meatballs, and the potato and bean dish, and I was going to make a dessert with it. I didn't want my video to be too long, then it won't upload. For some reason, after it only can be a certain length. And I tried to edit one before, and I did, and it was still too long, so then it was too long. I couldn't edit any more out, otherwise it would take away half the instructions. So this time I decided to do it in 2 steps. I will upload this as soon as it's done, as soon as I'm done with the video, to show you so you can combine the two. So you have your meatballs and your potato bean casserole for dinner, and for dessert we're going to do the easiest cheesecake in the world. This is a no-bake cheesecake. You do it all in the microwave. It is like super easy. So what we first need to do is make the crumb crust. You can go ahead and go out and buy a crumb crust. You can go to the dollar store, you can go to the grocery store and buy one. That's perfectly cool. I just took some graham cracker crumbs. I had some graham crackers and I just ground them up into my food processor and made crumbs. So what you need to do is you need a little bowl, and you need to take 1/3 cup of butter. Measuring cup. And put that right down in the bowl. And to that we're going to add 1/4 of a cup of sugar. I'm going to put that in with the butter, and I'm going to pop this in the microwave just till the butter melts. I'm going to set it at 30 seconds because that should be enough. And then we combine 1 1/4 cups of crumbs, which can be graham crackers, chocolate cookies, or vanilla wafers. I did graham cracker crumbs. And we're going to combine it. We're going to put it right in this. Actually, I'm going to pour it right in my pie plate. You want a 9-inch pie plate. I'm going to put it in there. You don't need an extra bowl. Just going to make sure I got a couple pieces that didn't quite break up here. I'm just going to take those chunks out. You don't want any chunks. Okay, I'm going to grab my butter. And it melted. I'm just going to give it a little stir to get the sugar melted in there. And now we're going to pour this right into all over our graham cracker crumbs. Give it a stir till it's just mixed. You don't want it like, you know, overbeat. Just until all the graham crackers are moist enough. Because what you're going to do now is you're going to pat this into this same. This is what's nice about doing it in this right in the pie plate, because you're just going to go ahead and pack it down in there. So what we're doing is just going to gently pat it. You can use your hands. You can use the back of the measuring cup, just like this. Whatever is easiest. And you want to put it right up the sides, just a little ways up, probably about halfway. Nice and even. You don't want it thick in one spot and thinner. Just kind of push it and spread it out. And because it's got the butter in it, it helps it go where you want it to, and stay put. It's not dry, so it doesn't fly all over the place. So we're just going to keep pushing this around. I usually get it all up the sides first, give it a pat, and then go back and fix the cracks in the bottom. You can top this with fruit if you like. I have raspberries in the fridge, so I'm going to use raspberries. You can leave it plain. You can do anything. Peaches, apples. Well, not apples. You can do peaches, and you can do strawberries, blueberries, whatever you like. Or like I said, you can just leave it plain. If I don't have any fresh fruit on hand, I go ahead and just make it plain. So now, that was it. There you go. There's your crust. One little hole there. I'm just going to patch up. So what you do is this. You take this into your microwave and you put it in for 3.5 to 5 minutes. So I'm going to put this in the microwave while I'm making the filling, and this will be cooking. did it for the 3.5. I always start at the very lowest time, and then you can add to it. I've made it before, and it usually generally takes about 4.5 minutes. You'll know when you see it if it's done. So now for the filling, in a medium bowl, we're going to combine the cream cheese. You want a whole block of cream cheese. Now I didn't soften this ahead of time, so I'm just going to chop it up real good because you're going to use the mixer anyway, and it'll get incorporated. If you want to mix it smoother, easier, just go ahead and stick it in the microwave for like 30 seconds or a minute and just to soften it. But because I'm using the mixer, you don't really need to. I'm just going to put that right on in there, and I'm going to get a knife, and I'm just going to kind of cube it up just to break it up so it's a little easier to mix. I mean, it's already soft, right? I just let it sit on the counter for a little bit. Not long, because it's cheese and it's hot, so I didn't want to take it out of the refrigerator for too long. I'm just going to cube it, just like this. You can use a measuring or a cutting board. You know, I'm just picking it up and cutting it. It doesn't matter. You start off a baking project, you always wash your hands first. My hands are nice and clean. I'm not going to give anybody any germs or anything. So there we go. We just got that chopped up. Pretty small, not overly, but just enough so the beaters can mix it really well, really easily. There we go. Done. So I'll wipe my hands again. Okay, and then we're going to combine the cream cheese, the sugar, the egg, and the vanilla. So we're going to 1/2 cup of sugar. Get my 1/2 cup measuring cup here. Oh, that's right. Alright then. There's 1/4 cup, so we'll do that twice. I think it's in the sink in the drain when I did the other recipe. So there we go. 1/2 cup of sugar goes into that, and then 1 egg. Not the shell, just the egg. And a teaspoon of vanilla. It does call for sour cream, but we're going to mix this first before we add the sour cream. Okay, I'm just getting my mixer out here. So we're going to mix this until it's nice and smooth and creamy. It doesn't take long. But like I said, if your cream cheese is softer, it goes a lot quicker. So this is going to take a little extra. I don't know, 10 seconds or so extra, 20 seconds or 30. You see how easily it's mixing, right? You can see how quickly. And you're going to do this a couple of times because I'm going to add some sour cream and then cook it and stir it as it goes, so it's going to get speeded up. I'll mix up even smoother. There, just about good. Take my spoon, we're going to scrape down the edges, make sure it's all nicely mixed. Now we're going to have a few lumps the first go round, and that's okay. There's a few lumps left in it. That's okay because we're going to still add some more ingredients and mix it again. So you put the vanilla, you mix in. Now we're going to stir in the sour cream, and it calls for 1 cup of sour cream. So my measuring cup, here's my sour cream, and I did take my pie crust out of the microwave. It did get done in that short amount of time. I could tell I could smell it cooking. I thought, yeah, I checked it, and it was done. So it's good. So now I'm going to measure up my sour cream. Just, come on, I don't want it to get another container. Just about enough here. There we go. Perfect. Couldn't have got any closer. We're going to pour that into the cream cheese mixture. So like it's so simple, right? Cream cheese, sugar, egg, vanilla, and sour cream. That's it. Now I'm going to use the mixer again, and we're going to mix this till it's smooth. as it cooks, if there's any little bit of chunks of cream cheese, they'll melt. It'll be even smoother. So what we do now, there we go. So what we're going to do now, you see how nice and creamy. There are still a little tiny bit of pieces of cream cheese that didn't get melted in. I think you can see that all right, but they will once we cook it. So right now I'm going to put this in the microwave and I'm going to cook it for 3 minutes, stirring twice, and then I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. All right, so now our filling is finished, and I will show you how creamy and lovely that is. It's nice and smooth, no more lumps of cheese. So what you're going to do now is you're going to pour this into your graham cracker crust, and if it wasn't quite baked all the way through when you took your crust out, it doesn't matter, because you're going to put this back in and cook it for another couple minutes, and that'll finish it off. So now we're just going to pour this right in. Look at how nice and smooth and creamy that is. You can see that pouring in? Yeah. And we're going to cook this in the crust, back in the microwave. See, there's no oven. It's kind of like a no-bake because you don't put your oven on. You're not baking it. There's no involved crazy. You want to spread this out all the way evenly, like that. And now we're going to put that back into the microwave for another 3 minutes, 3.5 or to 5, until it's set, and I will show you what it looks like on the way back. And there we go. There is our completed cheesecake. It's still a little bit unset. Like you see, you can jiggle it. It said you have to do it in the microwave till it's almost completely set, and then you put it in the refrigerator at least 3 hours or overnight and serve it. So what I'm going to do is I've sliced some raspberries in half. They were pretty big ones, so I'm going to just slice them in half, and I'm going to put them all the way around on our lovely, and I mean, seriously, this could not have been easier. It took probably 10 minutes start to finish, and the ingredients are simple: cream cheese, sugar, egg, vanilla, graham cracker crust, either you can buy one or make it, and sour cream, and like 6 minutes or so at a time in the microwave. Now that did take, it says 3.5 to 5 minutes when you put it back into the crust, and this took 4.5 minutes before it was set nicely. So, and then just put on what, you don't have to serve it with fruit. I just happen to have these in the fridge, so I'm going to. You can serve it just plain, strawberries, bananas on it, peaches are good on it. Even if you buy canned fruit and put on it, that'll work. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue putting these lovely raspberries that we bought at the grocery store on. And then you just put it in the fridge, let it chill, let it set up, and cut it. So for supper tonight, you're going to go and watch my video of the sweet and savory meatballs and the potatoes with beans and bacon, and have that, cook that up. And then for dessert, we're going to have raspberry cheesecake. So there we go. I do have to slice up a few more raspberries, but you kind of get the idea of where we're going with this. It's just so easy and so quick, and to bake a cheesecake, like, they're so involved. You have to do it in a water bath, and you have to make the crust differently than just with with the graham crackers, and you know, the cook time is you have to do it at a certain temperature and then lower the oven temperature and then do it, you know. No, that's just too much work. When I come across this recipe, I couldn't wait to try it. This actually came with the microwave we have, the Panasonic microwave. Mind you, we don't have that microwave anymore. That was like really long time ago. I'm saying about probably, oh, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, when we first got our first microwave. And it came with the book, and it came with recipes. So you can look it up online if you want to find a recipe like this, I will put it in the description box for you, the ingredients and the how-tos. And there you go. Easy peasy, no bake, raspberry cheesecake. That's what's for dessert with the meatballs and the potatoes. So I hope you all enjoy. Try to copy the recipes. Let me know in the comments if you tried them or if you just think they might look good, if there's anything you want me to make. And yeah, there we go. So enjoy and have a super sweet, lovely day. Bye.